When it's over, it will be so. And tomorrow it will be so. Yesterday. Yeah, I know I keep messing up the lyrics, but my brain has been doing a thing where it's just not been working. I apologize about that. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with an Earth 2 Omi update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Bro hugs for all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. So just again, kind of interest real quick. The fake Randy Chavez on Twitter. I am not. That is not me. They seem pretty funny. I gave them a follow, so I thought that was pretty interesting. Based on the thumbnail, you can tell that most people sent out an email yesterday. I don't know how many people got it or didn't get it, but Shane had said the Earth 2 credit cards that were coming, that I was saying, hey, I wonder what exactly we have to pay for those. I wonder how much I can pay for to get like a gold one, to get one with weight onto it. To be like, oh, that's an Earth 2 gold platinum credit card or whatever. Wow, you're a real badass or something. No, apparently they're free. I'm not going to have that option. Which again is great. I feel some type of way about Earth 2 eating those fees. They're eating those fees for shipping. They're eating those fees for actually making the cards. But again, what they're going to want to do with them is they say, okay, well, let us know, your address, whatever, name, upload ID, and then how much you want to withdraw. And basically, if you want $1,000, $1,500, or if you just want to put the full amount that's in your account, what you can do is say withdraw full amount, and then they'll give you a card with that amount on it. You can use that anywhere that MasterCard is being able to be used, which is great. A lot of ATMs as well, where you just take it out. So again, I think that's great that they're. I don't know how I feel about them eating the cost, but again, it's not a lot. Let's say 10,000 people maybe, or a couple thousand people they want that card. I wanted it just so I can use it, but if it's not going to be able to be used as an actual credit card, get reward points or whatever, I think one day they might update it, where if they update it and they say, oh yeah, every time you use it, you get a new resource, or not a new resource, you get additional resources. You get 1/10 of an E2 or something like that. Like, oh yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I'm gonna go and get that. But that is not what they had said. They had just said that right now the first generation of credit cards is just going to be, you're going to get that credit card with that amount that you asked to withdraw on it. I don't know if you can get multiple cards. Let's say you want to withdraw 500, this time. Okay, cool, get that. But you have another 2,000 in the account. All right, well now I want 1,000 next one and 1,000 on the next one. And based on land income tax and selling properties, you can probably get as many cards as you want. There's actually probably going to be some people that are not going to just make it into an NFT, that are just going to think I look at my collection of cards, which again, if you got to catch them all, you got to catch them all. Speaking of Veve, no, they haven't announced the Pokemon yet, but for Veve, what they did announce yesterday, if you missed last night's stream, they announced Ron English. For those that don't know, Ron English is a very good artist, very popular in the. Sometimes he does creepy art. Sometimes he does art that's this is really trippy. Sometimes he does art that's just good. And what we have for there is not only NFT drawings or NFTs of his drawings and then his art, but you're actually going to have a subsection of 100 of those NFTs. They're going to have physical copies. So I have the one that he had, it looked like a skinny Pikachu that he was holding. Again, I'm not exactly sure what it was, but in his latest Instagram post, again, what looks like a skinny Pikachu that he's holding, I'm not sure exactly what it is. When you buy these NFTs, the first 100 are going to get actual physical copies. So I don't know how much they're going to cost. Probably going to be a lot. I don't know if he's going to do that for all of them or just that first drop. I don't know which drop is coming on Thursday. I don't know if that's him. I don't know if that's Superman. Oh, that'd be great if it was Ron English. But that's just a way for people to bridge, or for this company, for Veve, to bridge the physical collectors that maybe they don't know what NFTs are. Again, if you're over the age of 50, knowing what being involved in crypto is probably not what you're doing. And NFTs, you probably don't know what they are. And it's okay, well, they say, I like Ron English and I want one of these. How do I get one of these? Okay, there's an app. All right, I know what an app is. Go there to the Veve App Store, and then I can buy. Okay, let me put in gems. That's easy. So you put in money, you get gems. All of that is pretty simple. Veve app is very user-friendly. It's very easy to use. So when they do that, I'll say, okay, so I get something. they might not even care about the digital collection. Like, they just want the physical collection. So what they do is like, oh yeah, I'll get that. If I can get that, then that means I get the physical collection. It's like some people at comic book stores where they buy the physical comic, but they buy it just so they can have that QR code in there so they can download it on their phone. It's kind of the opposite of that, where they'll buy the physical copy just to get the digital copy. Whereas some of these old school collectors, they might buy the digital NFT just so they can get that physical copy. But once they see how easy it is and say, oh, and they're actually thinking, like, if they're in that collectible mindset, like, oh, this is big. It's pretty much buying Pokemon cards when they first came out. Like, oh, I need to get me some of these. Because again, they're a very limited copy. That first edition copy was not even what everyone grew up with. Everyone grew up with was mostly unlimited. You had the first edition, you had Shadowless, and you had unlimited for the Pokemon. So a couple people that had the foresight, like, nah, this might be worth something someday. And one of those first edition boxes goes for like $400,000 now. I'm not saying that's going to happen with these Veve collectibles, but yeah, something from the first season that's an ultra rare that has a low number. Yeah, those could be several $100,000. And I say that because, again, there's only a limited amount of them. There's a limited release. It was the first season, so it's the first of everything. Ultra rare. And if it has a low serial number, like under 100, yeah, I guarantee you some of those go for several $100,000 in the future because there's not too many of them. And the ones that there are, some of the people just collect. Some of them are part of people's sets. So they're not out there. So with this, you're going to have a older audience with a lot more money coming into this game. Out of how many people that know him that are going to collect, I don't know. But again, it's first to second. Now, obviously, you're going to have some people just buying them for fun. Like, again, kids probably aren't thinking about the collectible aspect. Kids are probably just thinking like, hey, these are fun, these are cool. And again, in the next couple of years, when you're going to be able to actually in the Veveverse fight one with the other and interchange capes and interchange, what have you, that might be good in the future as well. But again, kids aren't really thinking about that right now. Kids aren't thinking. But this is specifically just for the collectibles, the old school collectible guys like myself. Oh God, my old school. Outside of that, there was a couple of questions that I got saying about Earth 2 being a scam. Again, saying like, okay, well, they're doing these credit cards because they don't have a release for these credit cards. They don't have the money. Guys, Earth 2 is well capitalized, like super well capitalized. I don't know how many tens of millions of dollars they have in the war chest in the bank, but it is quite a lot. Just look at the people that are buying every day. Not even the people, just look at how many countries are bought each day. It's a lot of them. So I'm going to go on answer some questions now. Legio Leon says, yo, what's up, Randy? Howdy, howdy. Alan says, let's go. I did it again. What did I do again? I don't know what I did. Jonna says, good morning. How's it going? Just F says, what up, bro? You ever sell your Pokemon card? The big one I have not sold. I'm trying to sell it at a huge discount, but it's not working. Maxwell Cook, good morning. How are you? So, Just F. Selling that Pokemon card, again, outside of mine, the cheapest Pokemon card that I have, that Trophy Kangaskhan, is $495,000 on eBay. I put mine for $420 or best offer, but I would literally sell it for $325 right now, which is $170,000 less than the cheapest one on eBay. Well, Brett Reed saying $5,000 to $10,000 will be the Ron statues with the Veve NFT. Oh my God. Well, first off, Brett Reed, thank you so much for that super chat. But I think what Brett Reed is saying, if correct me if I'm wrong, Brett, is that the statues after they're not gonna, you don't have to pay for $5,000 to $10,000 for those right off the bat. That's just most likely what they'll be worth afterwards because there's only 100 of them, and it's the first time that Ron English is doing this. I believe that is correct. So, yeah, that's, again, this is something that he's never done before. I don't think he's attached any of his art into NFTs. So, Brett Reed, thank you for that update, that $5,000 to $10,000 estimate. Yeah, and that's probably just right away. That's not including years down the line. That's not including after, God forbid, but it happens to all of us. After one day he passes away and he moves on to the afterlife, that will obviously, again, go through the roof as well. Good morning, Maxwell Cook. Alan Wang says, how do we get the Earth 2 credit card and when? They haven't actually said, again, in the email and in the thumbnail that I put, which is just of the email, they haven't said when, they just said soon. But it's probably just going to be something along the lines of shoot them an email with everything, saying that you want to go get the credit card and do everything that you would need, like upload an ID and give them your address and everything so they can send it out. Thank you for 10 likes, guys. That means the world. 10 likes in 10 minutes. Very nice. John Dobler says, good morning. Good morning, John Dobler. Cool sheet. What's up? Ardo says, when moon? I don't know. And then that was the other thing. A lot of people have been impatient, saying like, hey, listen, I'm down like 40%. I'm down. Yeah, okay. I was down like 80%. Again, between Tesla, OMI, and Bitcoin, I was down about, if you like the last couple months, $100,000 that I'm not locking in. I'm not locking in that $100,000 loss and selling now. That'd be idiotic. That would be moronic. What I am doing though is I'm saying, okay, well, we have these really good products that are down right now. What's the best thing to do? You buy more. That's what I've been doing. Again, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but buying more is, again, how much was Ethereum back in the day? You could buy it for a quarter. You could buy, again, but all of these big products where they are right now, they started below a penny, except for Tesla. I think Tesla started at like $11 a share. That was pre-split. So post-split, you're probably looking at like a couple dollars a share, something like that. Yeah, they started very, very cheap. And they are now. Look how many times they split. Look what the company's worth. This is getting in on the ground floor, however long it takes. Now, again, it's not going to take as long as other things in the past, because in the past, things just moved slower. Now you have this company that came out with their OMI coin, what was it, last year or however long? As soon as they came out with the app and as soon as they came out with collectibles, that reached $1 billion real quick. And now it's less than $1 billion because it has taken a dip because of the Elon Musk tweets that kind of crashed Bitcoin in conjunction with the China FUD and the FUD in general. And when that happened, again, it brought a lot of the altcoins down with it, which presented us with a huge buying opportunity, like huger than my forehead, huger than Chris Evans' biceps. I love him. And as I said, you buy more, and it doesn't matter how long it takes. We know where this is going, or at least I do. So I don't care if it takes 5 years, 10 years, whatever. It won't, because this is going to be a lot quicker. But I told people on Facebook, these are multi-trillion-dollar industries. And even if people don't understand VR, AR, and they don't understand crypto, they can understand, okay, well, getting in on the ground floor when companies only worth several hundred million or a couple $1 billion, and in this multi-trillion-dollar industry, I hope they should understand that. Again, just putting in my 2 cents there. And then, we do have, what is this? Another super chat, but I can't tell who it's from just yet. Oh, there we go. It's Brett Reed again saying, off the bat, statue is huge. Thanos gauntlet 1-to-1 side. Really? That's a big statue. I didn't think they were going to be that big. Where am I going to put? I'll put it right next to Dashi. Them and Dashi will control the universe. Off the bat statue is huge. Thanos gauntlet 1-to-1 side. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm in. I can't wait for that. I'm in. So yeah, this in conjunction with the physical statues being with it. When I first read it, like as I was first looking at it, I was like, oh man, I hope they're not making like one statue for every one that's coming, because that's gonna be thousands of statues. It's gonna make it not worth it. But then I read like, oh, it's a series, like 1 out of 100. It's like, okay, limited. That makes so much sense. And then I got like re-excited. I was like that SpongeBob meme, like yes. So cool sheet R-Dog, to answer your question, when moon, I don't know. When it does go, it's gonna be violent. Again, we doubled in like a day, and then we went down. So now we're, instead of at like 0.00365 or whatever, we're at like 0.0027 something. So either way, I don't care if I buy down here, I buy it at half a cent, 3/4 cent, or even a penny. I know where this is going. I know where my bread is going to be buttered. Moving on. Legio Leon says, what do you think which Veve sets will be worth the most in the future? Probably the first set is going to be worth a lot. You're going to have the last one of season 1, which was, again, Batman set. But a lot of things from season 1. Tokidoki had a very limited release because like the super or ultra rares, whatever, only had 888 of them. But yeah, I think the first of anything is going to be worth a lot. And then, but honestly, only time will tell. They have that ultra rare Donnie from Powerpuff Girls, which was I think that sold for like 27,000. The top one. I don't know what serial number it was. It was probably really low because again, that's not a nostalgic. That is not a nostalgic character. That's from the reboot. So I would think that some of these Batman or Harley Quinns, whatever they were, things that are nostalgic, at least I mean, Batman's like almost 100 years old. Harley Quinn's maybe 25 years old, 28, something like that. Whenever she was made for the Batman the Animated Series, at least that's nostalgic a little bit. Something that was made a couple years ago, not really that nostalgic. So I don't know which sets are going to be worth. Probably the first one. Carl Earth 2 says, "What's the news about credit card? Can't go back in the video." Carl 2, basically what it is that you're going to be able to get these credit cards with however much you want on them. If you have $2,000 in your account, you can get them with $500, $1,000, or the whole $2,000. You can take those credit cards and you could use them anywhere MasterCard is accepted, and even some ATMs as well. Yes. Maxwell Cook says, "Ooh, I would love a physical version to come with the NFT." Yeah. So honestly, this time, because again, I would want that too, but I would want 2 of them because I really would want to flip one and then one to keep. Because if I like you guys know, I have an issue with selling. I don't like selling anything, and I mean, I guess I have a small amount of space for the small amount of space that I have. Yeah, I'd probably go to that. Hang on one sec, guys. I got an important message. So yeah, however big of a space it is, either whether I do or don't have space for it, I want to be able to take that $5,000 to $10,000 profit just for getting it. But at the same time, it's like, okay, well, that could be a heck of a lot more if I wait 5 or 10 years. Then suddenly it's 20,000 or 50,000. So again, that's how you generate wealth. You buy and hold. Oh, Amedo, what's going on, man? How's it going? Yuki said people bought it for fun though, the Pokemon cards. Yeah, people bought it for fun back in the day, and they still do. They still buy it for fun. Many people that I know that just still actually play the game, the actual trading card game. Many like me, just collectors. They like seeing a binder full of like, oh, this is great. You know, and they buy and sell because it's fun and they appreciate the artwork. It's so cool. Ooh, excuse me. But but some people that maybe weren't into it, their kids were into it, like, let me buy a box. And same thing right now. Like some people are buying some NFTs just because maybe one day, be in the future. Again, buy as many NFTs as they want. Burn that Omi, girl. Burn that Omi. Amedo says, "Isn't it worth more because most of the first edition cards were destroyed or in really poor condition?" Yeah, that's true as well, and that's a big thing. But that's also a big thing why I think these NFTs are very, very disruptive. Why they're disruptive in the collectible business. Because yes, you're right. Let's say Hitmonchan. Hitmonchan, the fighting Pokemon, was a very, 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 very playable card, meaning that it was a base Pokemon that you didn't need to evolve it. It just was good on its own. It had 70 health, and with one energy card, it was jab, jab, jab. And then, you know, when you get a couple of energy cards, special punch. And if you had a fighting deck, Hitmonchan was always in there. Even if you did not have a fighting deck, Hitmonchan was probably in there just because, again, basic Pokemon card, always needs one fighting energy to jab. That and Meowth was one of my favorite Pokemon to use. And why Meowth is because early in the game, you had this thing called Cat Paw, or again, one energy card, or maybe it was 2. And what you do is you basically roll a die or flip a coin, and not only are you just going to hit the Pokemon in front of you, but there's a chance that you don't hit the Pokemon in front of you, you hit the Pokemon on someone's bench. And if they're trying to evolve certain Pokemon, they can't because you're attacking them, and it's so cool. I love those cards so much. But anyway, because Hitmonchan was so playable, people didn't know like first edition, you know, whatever. They would use it in their deck, so they're very, very hard to grade, very, very hard to find, because all of them that were found and graded, they were in very poor condition. But with why Veve is so disruptive is because you don't have to worry about storing it. You don't have to worry about meticulously putting it in 3 different layers of sleeves and cardboard and stuff like that. You can just go and be fine with it. It'll be in perfect condition years later. So I'm 100% on board with that, and that is what is disrupting collectibles, in my opinion. Keith Smith says, what price do you think Earth 2 crypto token will be priced in US dollars when it is first released? 10 cents? Yeah, probably 10 cents. It depends how many they make. If they make 100 million, that 10 cents will go to a couple dollars real quick. If they make 1 billion, all right, maybe start at like a penny or something. Just, give it room to grow. Because 1 billion's a lot. But again, it's a lot right now. There's only a couple 100,000 users. When we get to a couple million users, 1 billion will not be a lot. So that, just saying. Just saying. And Brett Reed again, that super chat saying saying those Ron English statues going to be $5 to 10 grand after we get that. Yeah, that'd be amazing. Amiro says, do you think Dubai could get to $50? I don't know if there's enough land for Dubai to get to $50, because in the UAE they're all separate. Those pieces of land are separate. You have Dubai and like 6 other countries that make up the United Arab Emirates, and Dubai I think is too small for that to happen. I don't think there's actually enough tiles in there. Whereas America is this huge, giant mother flapper of a country, so there's a lot of land. There's a lot of tiles. That's why I can hit the $50 mark. Dubai, I'm not sure if there's room for that. Oh, maybe. I mean, what do they need? Like 600,000 tiles, something like that, to get $50? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. If it's possible, yes. If there are enough tiles, yes, it's possible. Again, Dubai is a huge mega metropolis. That one area is, very huge. So it's definitely possible. Vasile says the dollar is a scam. Yeah, I love those memes, or one that's saying like, hey, these coins are getting out of control. I got one where, like a quarter of its supply was just printed last week. 25% of its supply was just printed. Like, oh wait, that's the U.S. dollar. Yeah, U.S. dollar has been losing purchasing power since the formation of the Federal Reserve in 1913. So it's been over 100 years now. Lots of bad stuff. And again, you have new people come in every administration, and that's what they do, is they print money. It doesn't matter right or left, they just print money. I think ever since Bush, each president has printed more money than the rest of the presidents before them. Because Bush printed more money than all the other presidents before him combined. Obama did that with Bush. I'm not sure if Trump did that with Obama, because Obama printed a lot. But if Trump did, and again, Biden printed I don't know how many trillions of dollars just in this is first year. You should not do that to the U.S. dollar, and that's why I'm so all in on Bitcoin, and altcoins, because you can trade them for Bitcoin, for Ethereum, for stuff that's actually worth something. Where the dollar just keeps getting, the dollar, U.S. dollar and Chinese and China, they want to make their own U.S. dollar currencies, digital currencies, and Chinese digital currencies. That means doo-doo when you can just print more of them. Like, part of the reason why we love Ethereum, part of the reason why we love Bitcoin, and some of these deflationary tokens are because no more can be made. The big ones that like OMI that started with 750 billion, no more can be made. It actually less happens over time. With Bitcoin, only a certain amount can be mined, and then that's it. Again, if you're a millionaire and every single millionaire wants 1 Bitcoin, it's impossible. You can't get it, because there's more millionaires than there are. There's 56 millionaires in the world, and only 21 million Bitcoin that can ever be mined ever, not including probably the million or so that's been lost to time. Yeah. T-1 says, but you don't lose 40% in a day with the dollar. That's true. I mean, again, you only really lose that 40% if you lock in those losses, if you sell it. And again, for me, like, even though other places will accept Bitcoin, I'm not using Bitcoin to buy anything. I'm not using Bitcoin to buy sushi. I'm not using Bitcoin because that's just going to go up over time. I would rather use the U.S. dollar, which again loses value pretty much every year, because that really has no future, in my opinion. I mean, the U.S. dollar has been world reserve currency for I don't know how many years. It's been a long time, maybe like 100 years, whatever. It's time for something else. Again, most currencies don't last more than 100 years or 80 years or whatever. U.S. has been lasting in the #1 spot for a long time, and I do not believe that will continue. I believe that'll go to Bitcoin. Again, that's the way the world is going. Will it take 20 years? I don't know, but that's why I'm confident that Bitcoin will be worth more than gold. It'll be worth $1 million a coin before 2030. And honestly, I think a couple to several $1 million a coin in the 2030s by 2040, very possible. So that's again, I know it's a long game, long in the future, but this is, again, I have not been wrong yet with many things. Although if you make the argument, well, the past 3 months, Chavez, you lost a lot of money. All right, yeah, if you don't zoom out past the last 3 months, yes, the good investments that I have are currently in a downtrend, but I digress. Yeah, Brett Reed basically saying that those stashes are going to be worth 5 to 10K right off the bat, which is incredible. Amito says, by the way, awesome shirt, my guy. 100%. Gotta love, gotta represent my man, Muhammad Ali. The Big Hit says, no, he has NFTs on Nifty Gateway now. Who has NFTs on Nifty Gateway? What is that? Comment down below. Amito says, I got DOT for $15, so cheap. I love fire sales. DOT, I'm guessing, is Polkadot. I haven't really looked into Polkadot that much, so best of luck. I hope that goes to the moon for you. Masilio says, you don't lose unless that 40% you panic and sell for less than what you bought. Yeah, and we've seen some people do that, which is idiotic. Idiotic. Amito says, if we get to 25K, I'm buying some OMI, DOT, Ethereum, Uniswap. Does that mean if you get to 25K for Bitcoin? I mean, I guess I hope it does go down there. This way, God, 100 grand could buy 4 of them. Oh, God, that'd be insane. I can't wait. Yeah, I really can't wait. Brett Reed says, off the bat, sad. Yeah, all right. So, Robert Reed, thank you for those super chats. Those mean the world. Amito says, damn, Thanos Gauntlet. I wish I could get that. Yeah, same. Thanos Gauntlets are legit. Reese Stewart says, hey, Randy, where did you hear about the credit card news? Was there an announcement? There was an email. A lot of people sent it to me, that type of thing. Check your email. Might be in your junk or your spam folder. I guess sometimes it goes there. But yeah, look at the thumbnail. Tomato says, I might only buy NFTs once we go into the bear market. Can't really afford the prices now. If the NFTs go into the bear market, I don't know. That might be... We haven't seen a bear market for NFTs yet because they're so new. When you would, again, collectibles are a lot, at least high-end collectibles are something that tends to keep its value. Even in bear markets, even in pandemics, high-end collectibles tend to keep its value because really what you have to worry about is mid-level stuff. Things that are worth several hundred, couple $1,000s. When you have things like pandemics and black swan events, people that are usually in the market for that usually have jobs where they make okay money, where they can afford a couple hundred or couple thousand or several thousand, maybe even $10,000. But high-end collectibles, people that have millions of dollars, they don't really care. They're going to be fine. You know, the poor stay poor and the rich stay rich. It's the middle class that really get screwed in pandemics. Yeah. Maxwell Cook says, my house needs decor. I would hodl the statue forever. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to hodl this statue forever, Dashy. Actually, the fake Randy Chavez posted on Twitter, like, did you know that some people in Antarctica, they had to eat dogs to stay alive? I could never eat Dashy. Man's best friend. I was like, oh my God. This person is actually pretty funny. I'm not going to say to go follow him on Twitter, the fake Randy Chavez, because I don't want to endorse anything. But yeah, that dude's pretty funny. Or girl. I don't know. Could be a gal. Freddie Mercury says, hello, Randy. Nice to see you. Hi, chat. Hey, Freddie. How's it going? How's it going, man? Gain in Zane says, hey, Randy, I have a question. I have some ETH. Should I sell them right now to buy OMI? Well, ETH, that's a winner. That ETH is good. I would never... It's like, okay, if you have a pair of 10s in blackjack, okay, you could split those. If you have 2 of the same card, you could split them. And yeah, if you know that it is a high, if you know that a lot more, 10 to aces are coming out, yeah, you could split them and then double your money for that round. But a lot of people would argue, why would you split a winning hand? Does OMI have more room to grow than Ethereum? Of course, hundreds of percent more. But in that same breath, Ethereum, it's not bad. Like I guarantee you that 4x's by the end of the year, going $10,000. Heard it here first, folks. And that being said, I don't think I would take that and buy. I mean, probably if all things work out the way I expect them to, I should sell Bitcoin. I should sell my Bitcoin and put in another $20,000 into OMI right now, because I believe that has, again, much more room to grow than Bitcoin. Again, I'm just doing that as a fail-safe, something that's safe, because just in case, God forbid, Veve blows up. I would say maybe split it, if keep some Ethereum. But again, I don't know your life. If I had a lot of Ethereum and not a lot of OMI, okay, I'll split it. Maybe that's what I would do. National Coke says, Meowth payday. Yeah, Meowth payday. Speaking of which, it has been a half hour, so shout out to my Patreon members. I want to be the very best, but no one ever was. To catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide. Heck yeah. Junior Sanchez, good morning. Howdy, howdy. Sal Di Camillo says, credit card update, what's new? Email them. They're going to let you know how exactly, but basically you're going to email them. You're going to say how much out of your account that you want. If you have $2,000 in your profile account, you can take it all out. You take 1,000 out, 500 out, whatever. They'll give it to you, and that's it. Antoni Uzi says, good morning. Good morning, Antonio Uzi. How's it going? Vittoria Jean Pascal says, I changed my username to Han Solo on Earth 2, and it seems nobody else can get the same. Maybe I'll be able to resell it in the future. For sure, it's less worthy and badass than the real Randy Chavez, but I'm still happy with that. Yeah, Han Solo is awesome. Again, EPLs are going to be a nice way to make money. If you have a bunch of EPLs, you can go and probably make a good amount, because there's going to be people that want First Street, Randy Chavez Way. There's people that are going to want just stuff in the real world. Pikachu Boulevard, Bulbasaur. Every single Pokemon is going to be worth so heckin' much as far as EPLs go. Vittoria Jean Pascal says, yes. I just read that. Grandmaster Wawa, hi, what's the update? All right, so real quick, the update, Earth 2 credit cards is, they're going to give you one. It's going to be, they're going to outfit you with how much you have on the account, max, or you could put in, you can even ask for a credit card for $10. But you could have $500, you could have $1,000, max whatever's in your profile, at least as far as E2, in-game credit. And they'll send it to you. You could use it anywhere. That's a MasterCard. You could use it on ATMs. And the Veve new partner is Ron English, which is a very talented artist, very well known. And you're actually going to be able to get some physical statues with your NFTs, which would be fantastic. Worth a lot of money. Bay Maximo says, you will buy any NFT May 27th. Any girl NFT? Any NFTs on the 27th? Oh, is that in 2 days from now when they do the drop? Yeah, I mean, whatever they release, I'll buy. So yeah. Girl NFT? I don't know. If they have it, sure. Leon Max Redux says, crypto is no joke. If you switch too much ADND, don't pay attention, you will lose a lot. Stay top of the game, I think. I'm not sure what ADND is, but let me know, Leon Max Redux, comment down below exactly what you mean. Amido says, I only think NFTs will go down because they're fairly new. It's not been proven, and especially stuff like CryptoPunk will probably go down because many retail investors hold them. I mean, again, depends on the NFTs. Again, you can make an NFT out of anything. You can make an NFT, like NFTs of me out there. And a lot of them go for a decent amount of money. I don't want to say like hundreds of dollars. Maybe my early like NFTs, like numbers 1 through 10, they might go for 100 or a couple hundred, whatever. But I don't think, Randy Chavez number, 57 is going to go for 100 or $1,000 or whatever. Maybe Randy Chavez like 1 through 10, those trading cards, they might, just because they're low serial number. But I have them all except for number 4. Number 4, Predict has mine, and I have Predicts, or number 4's, because she's beautiful like that. But you can make an NFT of a cup or a speeder, Q Anakin Skywalker, Jedi test. That is going to be worth nothing because it has no meaning behind it. But NFTs behind Veve that is behind these NFTs, they mean something. They mean a lot. There's people that are collecting them. There's stuff that you can do with them. The sets you're gonna be able to stake. The Omi, yeah. This is one of the greatest NFT companies, if not the greatest NFT companies, and it is one of the first to market. The barrier to entry is very high, but they have everyone from Alfred Kahn to David Hughes to Dan Carruthers. They have so many amazing people that are just one have been working tirelessly for this product, but people don't even know about it yet. This is insane. We're getting in on such cheap prices. Leon Master Duck says, or hold for longer, hodl, and sell at your prediction price. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I told people yesterday I might sell at 50 cents. Not the whole thing, just a little bit. Like, let's say when I sell that card and I get, hopefully, let's say 20 million Omi, if I have 20 million Omi and it reaches 50 cents, I might sell 1 million of those Omi, just so I can get $500,000. I can, breathing room. All right, there we go. Maybe get a condo in Florida. Start that business with Aria Realty. I don't know, but when it reaches $1, maybe I'll sell another $1 million worth. Because that's $1 million. So I sold 2 million out of 20 million. I have $18 million left, and then maybe every dollar, I'll still sell another $1 million or so. Yeah, I don't know. I'd rather not. I'd rather not. I'd rather maybe just sell bits and pieces. Gain Zane says, thanks for answering the question. You are the best. A real inspiration. No problem, Gain Zane. Yuki says, when will the Patreon sheet get printed again? I could probably do it on Wednesday. Patreon, actually tomorrow. So probably on Thursday, you'll see a new sheet. Just because I have a computer. I'm tired, so I don't work in the office anymore. So I don't have like a... Could I go to the office and just print out something? Yeah, sure. It's 45 minutes away. I'm not doing that. Amado says, ETH is following the exact same price action as Bitcoin in 2017. My guess is it goes to 20,000 this year. 20,000 is a lot. So you're looking at it to like 8x, 9x, from here. Again, that's a lot. 10,000 I think is due. Again, anything's possible. A lot of people going into crypto, but again, a lot of people, the major institutions that are really going into Bitcoin. Will they get ETH at some point? Yes, absolutely, because again, it's Bitcoin's digital gold, ETH is digital silver. Dave on Master Duck says, Gain Zane, what happened to your YouTube channel? I don't know, I had one. Oh wow, Linux Master Ducks has 12,000 tiles now. Get that bread. Yeah, Guidebook Gaming yesterday was speculating that anyone with over 10,000 tiles is going to be in a really good position in Earth 2, just because you have the a bunch of resources you're getting and a bunch of everything. So yeah, if you have over 10,000 tiles, really good position. Resources, essence, locations, all that. I Simplify says, I got Logan Paul as a name, so that is a long-term hold. That is beautiful. Congrats. Says, I can't wait for E2 MasterCard. I just can't wait for the physical card. Yeah, maybe I'll get one just with like $1 on it, just so I don't spend it. I'll just keep it there. Gain and Zane says, work too much, didn't have time to make videos. I feel you 100%. Amado says, I'm buying 10K Earth 2 crypto. When it releases, my guess is going to be $1 billion coin market cap in the near future. Yeah, because again, right now, there is so few people in this. Again, a couple 100,000. It's great if you have that many Instagram followers or Twitter followers, but that's nothing when it comes to games. Excuse me. Leftover pizza. Super hungry. Levon, what is iLime or IIMW? And Tile Life went the same route. Yeah, Tile Life left. I'm not sure why. Maybe he put in a bunch of money, and maybe it went to here, and maybe he sold it here, and he took profit. Maybe it was a short-term thing for Tile Life. I don't know. I don't know what it's like. Hey, what's up, Evil Hong? How's it going? Armado says, yeah, Veve will do well. 100%. I symbolize, when do you think Omi will hit half a penny? That's not half a penny. That's half a dollar. I would say, I don't know, 2024. Probably a good amount. Let's say if it hits, 20 cents the end of next year, 2022, grows by about 50% each year, give or take 30. Yeah. So I would say 2024, probably about 50 cents. Somewhere around there. Yuki says, never mind. Mm-hmm. Chavez, iLime was a fault. I pressed too fast on enter. I gotcha. Crazy, I'm with you guys for 6 months and we didn't have a reunion party. David Escobar says, when do you think Earth 2 would start to make big amounts of money? I mean, it depends on big. I mean, or Earth 2 the company, because Earth 2 the company has made probably $100 million so far, like minimum, if not more than that. Now, outside of that, when are they going to make like big money, like billions of dollars? Probably when they get a couple of million users, active users. And also, again, the ads. Like, they've tested out the ads. They've tested out the ads. At first, they were showing me on those ads. They were showing me. They were showing. I don't even know if they were showing Guidebook Gaming because they didn't have a YouTube channel. They were just showing YouTube content creators. They're Aria Realty. They're showing a bunch of other people. I don't think they would be doing that unless they had like advertising like lined up already. So that's going to be, again, like if you watch that first episode of Upload on Amazon Prime, you have Orbit Gum coming as NPCs. Like, would you like to try some Orbit Gum? Only $1.99 in-app purchase. And you're going to have that. You're going to have that with Orbit. You're going to have that with Coca-Cola. You're going to have that with My Hero Academia. It doesn't matter who. They're going to be paid by advertising, the foot traffic. They're going to share some of that with us. And yeah, people are buying tiles right now. Some of us have a lot of money. I don't have a ton of money in there. Put like maybe 12, 13,000 in. But in that same breath, you do have millionaires in here already. But if anyone does have billions of dollars, we don't know it yet. I think the highest one on the leaderboard is Predict, legitimately, of putting like 300K, like 333,000. Miser and Windsor, I think that are their names. They kind of like manipulated the market in order to get at the top of the leaderboard, but Earth 2 will probably going to have, it'll probably take when they get a couple million users, all putting in $10, $100, a couple people putting $1,000. Again, out of those million users, there's going to be a couple, there's going to be 100 or even a couple thousand that put in $100,000 or hundreds of thousands of dollars each. Again, if you look at the last 24 hours, you have Laos, you have South Korea, you have all these places still getting money put into it. Most of my actions solely brought Antarctica from like 60-something cents to $1.69 where it is now. So we bought a lot. And there's very few Class 2 tiles left in Antarctica. Class 3 tiles are going to be up very shortly. Almedo says, damn, I only have 500 tiles. Got to stop buying to 10,000 tiles once my crypto moons. And that's something that some people would do too, as a, ends to a means. Oh, David Escar, he means us as players. So us as players getting money in Earth 2, it's probably just going to be the start of Phase 2. Getting mining resources in essence. You could probably sell a decent amount of those. Because again, if you want to build, go look at Drone, the video game. The one that I think Nathaniel worked on that. If you go and look at that video game, it's not like Minecraft where you have to like put your avatar on, okay, block, something that takes forever. It's, oh, here's a row of blocks, boom, row another blocks here, boom. All right, buildings here, lights here. Like, it's so quick and easy, and the terraforming of land takes 2 seconds. It's not this long-winded process. Okay, terraforming this land, make a hill, I'm gonna make stairs over here. It's so easy. So when you have something like that, it's probably gonna take a lot of resources. So I think it'll be very easy to use those resources, and people that have excess resources, like say RA Realty, who does not have a megacity of his own, just has tiles in other megacities. What he has is over 100,000, like 140,000 tiles, give or take. He doesn't need to. He's not obligated to a megacity where he needs to build buildings or build sanctuaries, whatever. He could build a place in his home, make like a castle for himself, and then sell the rest of the resources. And he is going to be sitting so heckin' pretty. I guarantee you, when we're able to do that, he is going to be like, oh, this is how much money I can make. Heck, school. Guarantee you quit school on the spot. Or maybe he might finish out the semester, and that's it. David Escobar, so that meant us, the players. Yeah, so that's when it's going to be. Probably the start of Earth 2, whenever you can sell the resources. Amado says, once VR becomes super accessible, Earth 2 will explode. Yeah, right now it's a little bit of a... It's hard, because it's expensive. It's several $100s to get that VR headset set up. Leon Max Redux says, buying tiles is expensive. Depends on what tiles you buy. America, yeah. Some places that are like 50 cents a tile and you buy them on the marketplace, no. You can get those pretty cheap. Oh, you're out to dinner. Ciao, Leon Max Redu. Ciao from Holland. Adios. Amado says, it happened with the internet. Once we all had computers in our pockets, you saw some of the biggest companies in the world explode in value. Same what happened with VR, yeah. And the consequence of that is us making oodles of money, kitten caboodles of money. Bon appetit. Yes, Ron Cat. Bon appetit. So this has been a very interesting and productive, I believe, oh my god, live stream. I had some leftover pizza, a couple super chats. My throat does not hurt anymore. David Escobar says, some say it's a scam. Do you agree? Some say it's a scam. No, I would not be... One, I would not put any money into a scam. I would not be promoting something that I thought was a scam. I would probably make hit pieces on it, saying like why it is a scam. No, that's idiotic. But in that same breath, I will say that there are people in Earth 2 that let's say they have land like Arizona, let's say, but or let's say it is in Nevada. And they name their land Area 51, but it's actually not Area 51. It's just like a random spot in the desert that's not Area 51. Or they have someplace in New York City, and they have like a random building, and they put Empire State Building, and they put like Class 1 instead of Class 3 that they really have. Yeah, those people exist. Thank you guys for 20 likes. Those people are scammers and scam artists. So yes, there are some scammers and scam artists inside the game, people that are going to do stuff like that, but they're not... what do you call it? They're not like the developers. The developers are very good people. I've been making videos since December. Watch the progression. Very, very good. Now, outside of that, gents, Raythax with a $10 super chat saying, do you know how Essence will be applied as a resource? How will it work in conjunction with the other resources? So, to my understanding, what's happening is that your land, your tiles, will produce two different things. One of them will be a resource, and one of them will be Essence. So you're going to get both. I'm unsure of the production rates, whether resources can come once every couple hours, Essence come once a day, or vice versa, and how tile class will be in effect with that. But I do know that it will produce both things. There has been speculation saying that it might not go by tile, it might go by property. So okay, you're going to get a certain amount of Essence for this property, but again, depending how big the property is, 1 tile, 10 tiles, 100 tiles, yeah, that's what it'll be like. But also, there's a chance that you have a tile or a property, let's say this is 1 tile, it only producing Essence and not resources. That means that the resource that tile is producing has not come out yet. It has not gone, and it has not been produced. So hold on to that, guys. If you have a tile that's only producing Essence and is not producing a resource, that means they have not released that resource yet. It is super rare, and everyone's going to want it. So hold on to that tile. Hold on to that tile. Or if you see someone say like, put it in their description, selling this tile because it's not producing a resource, glitch, game's busted, you jump on that. You jump on it like a monkey. Because that's, yeah, this is going to happen. How it work in conjunction with other resources. From what I can gather, how it's going to work is like you're going to need Essence to either terraform land, or you're going to need Essence to, that's going to be like your builder, Essence to make changes on your land. So probably going to need to do Essence in conjunction with resources. That being said, you can take Essence and resources from other properties and bring it to one property that you have. So me, I'm going to take stuff from India and Brazil and put it into Chaveztopia, which is great. If you can get, that's why I love buying in countries that are like 60 cents right now. And then out of that 60 cents, go to the marketplace, and you're getting it for 50% off. You're getting it for like 30 cents. So you go and buy that you're getting cheap Essence. It doesn't matter if you buy one tile in America, class 4, or one tile in somewhere else that's like class 2. You're getting one Essence per that. Now, as far as the rate goes, maybe class 4 produces more Essence than class 1, and class 1 produces more resources than Essence, than class 4. I don't know 100%, but you're getting the same amount of Essence per tile. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to buy as much tiles as I can, which I've already done. I have 20-something thousand tiles. Nowhere near what Wraithax has. Wraithax got I don't know, tens of thousands of tiles. Most of them are class 1, which is pretty incredible. So I'm nothing compared to him. But a good play is what I tell people is when they say, I have $100, I have whatever. Okay, buy a couple tiles in Chaveztopia, and then go to the marketplace and buy all of these cheap tiles for, if they start at 60 cents, get them half off, get them at 30 cents, and then bring those Essence and resources to you in Chaveztopia. How the relationship between Essence and resources, that's probably what it's going to be like. You'll probably need to use Essence in conjunction with every resource to build. Amado says, if I become a millionaire with crypto, I'm putting 100K into Earth 2. I see this being massive. Yeah. Some people are way ahead of you. Some people have been putting that in already. But yeah, that's something where, again, you're going to see first the increase in tile prices, just because they're not going to have, we have a certain amount of them. We have a certain amount of them that we're allowed to buy, and after that, we're not going to be able to buy them anymore, because Earth 2 has said you're only allowed to buy a certain amount. After people buy that amount, and it's not just one person, it's everyone as a whole, then they're going to keep the rest for themselves, for either giveaways or PvP battles or mini games for themselves, or maybe they'll just start renting some of them out. And at that point, when you can't get any more, that's going to be the seller's market. Right now, it's a buyer's market. There are a lot more sellers and buyers. You can get things for so cheap. It's incredible. But when there's no more tiles left, that's when the seller market comes in. That's when a lot of people cash out. That's when a lot of people be like, you know what? I'll take this guaranteed $10,000, $100,000. I think that is wrong. I think this can generate for yourself tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars each year. Guarantee you see within the first year of us being able to monetize this, guarantee you we see people walk away from their jobs because they're making so much in this. Guarantee it. Mikhail Kiss says, I have requested a withdrawal a few weeks ago, but it still didn't come through. Do you know how long it will take? In the past, it's taken several weeks, but they have said that I would email them again. They're like, hey, it's been a couple weeks, just want an update. Because they have said that now all tickets that have gone, it should only take 24 to 48 hours. So definitely email them again. It might just have been lost. Get a ticket for that. Rowan Cass says, the game literally just started, didn't even start yet. It would be madness to pull cash out now. Yeah, I don't know why people are doing that. E2 the boss, other people, like, I get it. All right, yeah, made like 50K. Okay, it's nice for a couple months' work. But yeah, I think they're definitely missing out on a lot of long-term gains. Keith Smith says, yeah, that happened to me. Our land was advertised as a Coliseum on the secondary market, and it was 50 miles away. Ooh, mother flappers. Yeah, damn scammers. Now, Rohan Cat. There are many people that had tweets that were screenshotted of theirs that said, oh, I wish I didn't sell my Bitcoin at 11 cents. It's up to 35 cents now. FML. Or heck my life. And it's like, oh my God, seeing those is just so disheartening. That is so, and even like if I was wrong with the cents, like, oh, sold at $11, up to $35 a Bitcoin now, had 100 of them, yikes. And it's like, oh, people people do not know that delayed gratification. All they know is that quick flip. They want that instant gratification right now, and it's idiotic. Idiotic to pull out some. Now I get it. If it's an investment, like let's say you're shorting a stock, and you short stock at $100, goes down to $80. Okay, you did great. You did a lot of good stuff, but short positions you can't hold for that long, just because you can't. It doesn't go down forever unless the company crashes. But long positions are different. Long positions you hold forever. You hold for years. Some things, like, again, if I don't say God forbid, but say if I do have kids, which I really don't want right now, or I think ever, I might never sell any of these. I might keep them for my kids, have them set up for my ultimate demise. But again, at some point, because I want my money to be spent my way, and I want whoever inherits my trust, whether it's Best Friends Animal Society or any of the land trusts I set up for conservation efforts, I'll have certain money into that, but I want these tens of millions of dollars that I know is going to happen with Veve, I know is going to happen with OMI, I know is going to happen with Bitcoin and Earth 2. I want to spend that my way the last couple of years. Let's say if I'm 55 and I let's say I'm very unhealthy at that point, be like, all right, time to live up these last few years, time to get real weird with it. And I don't mean just spending it like on the stupid stuff, although once in a while I'll do that. I mean spending it on like actual conservation efforts, how I envision charity going. Almedo says, what will be the most useful resource, do you think? All my tiles are in Dubai, so I think I'll be producing oil, which might not be useful in the future. Yeah, I mean, again, I think these things will have renewable energy in the future, windmills, solar panels, all that. But oil, I mean, you have cars. Cars, I don't think all of them are going to be electric. Are you going to have some that are going to be electric in here? Probably. Are you going to have, there are no electric aircraft. Aircraft, they have electricity in them, but they all run on gas. So for this type of thing, yeah, oil, I would say go for it. I hope there's some oil in Antarctica, because underneath all that ice, probably, it'll probably be worth something. Again, they didn't put a resource in there for it not to be used. So if the resource is there, there's going to be demand for it. Michael Kiss says, after Dubai happened, they said they will release another country with a fixed price. Which country could it be, and should I save for it? Well, after Dubai, they did release those 4 other countries, Maytori or Mysore, whatever they were called, and they had they released them because there was like an error in the code, whatever. They accidentally released them, but they didn't stop it. It was like, okay, well, because they got much less kickback for that. They got much less negative feedback for that than Dubai, because so many people, I don't want to say losers, but were complaining that like, I didn't get my chance. I didn't get, okay, like, boohoo, I didn't get any class 1 either in Dubai. I think I got class 2 somewhere else, but I didn't get Dubai. I wasn't lucky enough. Okay, not everyone's going to be lucky enough to get what they want. Like, you don't always get what you want. Jagger, come on. And they got much less kickback or blowback from these countries that were those 4 countries, like I said, Mysore, Mayotte, whatever. So they're just probably going to do it like that from now on. And yeah, for other new releases, yeah, I would say for that as well, because it's possible, if you do get lucky, that you get some of these tiles at 10 cents, which is ridiculous. So getting these tiles at 10 cents is just stupid cheap, and class 1 tiles at that. Yeah, save a little bit for that. Even if you can't get them at 10 cents, you can only get them at 20 cents, 25 cents. Speaking of which, can I get to 25 likes, please? If you go to 30 cents, whatever, that's still stupid cheap. You're still getting insanely cheap tiles. You're going to get a lot of resources, a lot of essence. Yay, I got 125 likes. Thanks, guys. But yeah, definitely save a little bit for it. Richard Kaner says, why are they working? They are working on electric planes, believe it or not. In the game or in real life? In real life, I think Elon Musk has had an idea for an electric jet pretty much since Iron Man 2. It's like 2010. But and he has plans for electric drive actually in real life, but I don't think there is a way that like he doesn't have time for it. He's got not just Tesla, not just SpaceX, not just Neuralink, not just the Boring Company. He's got a family. Dude has got like 6 kids. His girlfriend, a lot of crazy stuff. But if they're working on it in the game, that's great. Because again, in the original trailer, they had an aircraft in there. That's where the thing. For those of you that don't watch Guidebook Gaming or do what it's called, Planes for Randy. And then it's recently changed to Tattoos for Randy because someone got the real Randy Chavez tattoo, which is great. So it has been an hour. Shout out to my Patreon members. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Oh, wow. Since that, I got another $5 super chat from Raythak saying, I was lucky enough to get 3 750 tile plots, all class 1, in the UAE on the opening day. My God. Oh, my. What type of luck do you have? Oh, my God. That's incredible. Congrats. I am so jelly. Yeah, that's a good amount. That's crazy. And again, there's other people that were like complaining about that because they had, I didn't get any, and some people got like a bunch of. Okay, that's the way the cookie crumbles. That's the way certain things happen. You can't be thankful. You're most likely in a first world country. Be thankful you have internet. You have some. I feel like a lot of people don't put things into perspective, and when they don't put things into perspective, they just, they like again. Someone was complaining on Reddit this morning. Like, hey, I think Earth 2's done. Don't think they have money. Or not getting updates as fast as we should. It's like, okay, well, Bungie, this multi-million, if not billion-dollar corporation that makes millions of dollars, that is a AAA game studio. Yeah, their fans, they go months without updates as well for their game. So, like, shut the fudge up. A bunch of people just really want that instant gratification, and they don't put things into perspective, like how lucky they are. In general, they're born first world country. That they have too much to eat. Like can you imagine saying that in like Ethiopia or Niger, any of these African countries? Oh yeah, it's horrible. There's cheesecake and pizza everywhere. We don't know what to do. Thank you guys for 30 likes. Like that. Do you know how asinine that sounds? Some people. No man, where was I? Evu Hong says, what could we create with resources? I so want to start what I am planning on in E2. I mean, create whatever you want. Again, it's just limited to your imagination. So creating what you want. Again, if you look at the drone footage, it's probably going to be similar to Minecraft. The graphics will obviously be better than Red Dead Redemption 2, but the gameplay might be like Minecraft, or it might be like the game Drone, and just doing stuff like that. Again, not including the Warring World. So I would want to see. I don't know if you have diamonds. Would it make sense to have diamond walls, so they can't be like destroyed really? I mean, again, diamonds are very, very hard. I mean, you could maybe theoretically, if you have great enough force, you could break the diamonds up. But yeah, the diamonds gonna stay there. So any type of bomb or whatever that is in the Warring World probably gonna be good if you have diamond walls. Amedo says, nah, I would give my tiles to charity. I wouldn't want to give my kids the tiles just because that much wealth at a young age doesn't end well. That is true. I have read, and it's been pretty well known, that the best way to cripple a person is to give them everything they want as a kid. That's the best way to cripple a kid, because then they don't know. And I've seen that before, where the dad, let's say, that grew up with nothing, try to give their kids everything that they didn't have. Kid becomes soft. The kid become like the rich kids that we used to make fun of. And no, you don't want that. You want them to have some street smarts. You want them to be able to go, survive for a little while. Again, maybe military kids will be a little bit different, at least enlisted. Yeah, you want that to happen. You want them to struggle a little bit, not too much, but that builds character. Again, I'm not a parent, so I don't know. Richard Kiner says real life. Oh yes, yes, real life. I imagine that. I don't know who's working on it though. Toad Alley Awesome says, if you can meet any YouTuber, who would it be? Does Lindsay Sterling count as a YouTuber anymore? Jenna Marbles, really good too. I mean, Mika Kitty. No, I would say either Jenna Marbles or maybe Nicole Arbor, or although one on my bucket list was to have dinner or a meal with the Epic Mealtime guys, so that'd be cool too. But anyone, um, I don't know. Jenna Marbles doesn't make videos anymore. Lindsay Sterling's pretty busy with music. I would want to be someone that had maybe Mr. Beast, because he's got like one of the most subscribers and very influential, and he's a very good, kind, good-hearted person as well, giving so much to charity. I don't know if he gives to animal charities. I do know he does give so much away to charity, and I would like to use. I feel bad saying use. I'd like to go to Mr. Beast and say, like, hey, I want to use you as a platform to launch, animal conservation, bring more attention to it, because people listen to him. Yeah, probably that. I would say Mr. Beast, because he's already in that philanthropic mindset. Right there, again, that $5 super chat. Oh my God, I was saying, I was lucky enough to get 3 750 Class 1 tile pots in the UAE on opening day. Oh my God, I wish I could have been there, like a fly, like what, fly on the wall. Oh, so totally awesome. Yes, and why? I hope that answered that question. Maxwell Cook says, I can't believe Amazon only letting you watch the first episode upload again. Yeah, I don't know why. And I have Amazon Prime. I don't know why it would only let me watch the first episode. I am watching Billions now with my girlfriend. For those that don't know, that is... I want you guys to speculate for a minute. Whether you have Earth 2, whether you have Omi, even if it doesn't happen, it's fun to speculate. So, let's say some of you guys are 30 years old, 40 years old, what have you. Just picture how fast 20 years goes. How fast 10 years go. Let's say by the end of this decade, Omi is $3 a coin. $3 a coin by the end of the decade. Let's just say, for instance, and you have, let's say, a million of those coins, $3 million. That is a good heckin' start to, again, most people can live off that for the rest of their lives, even supporting families. But for some people, that's like the start of like, okay, now I can do stuff with that. I reinvest into other things. Like, even Earth 2, let's say you create a simple game that's just wildly popular for whatever reason, and you're making, $100 a day, which is, okay, that's $700, it's an extra $2,800 a month. You're making over $30K a year with that. Not including the resources that you're selling. Let's say you're making an extra $50K with Earth 2. By just from that. Yeah, do you need to work anymore with that? Depending on your lifestyle, I don't know. But in that same breath, you have a property. Let's say you have this resource. Let's say it goes for whatever. You sell out, you get $1 million. Just try to take into account how much money that is and what you could do with that money. Now, in the show Billions, you have these people that's literally worth $1 billion, billions of dollars. Now, buying a house for $80 million like it's nothing. I don't want to think that money would change me, but if I have $100 million, because if I have 20 million of these coins, and that's, let's say that goes for, $3 a coin, that's 60 million. Yeah, it's a lot. I just want you guys to imagine what you would do with that, and remember that. And see if it changes over the years. Jason says, it's poor organization and lack of foresight from developers. I'm not sure what you're talking about. You're talking about Bungie? Talking about for what? Yeah, comment down below, Jason. Exactly what. Amedo says, Raythax, you got super lucky then. Yes, Amedo, you did. Amedo said, must have been using the NASA internet and their supercomputer. Picky eaters. Picky eaters do not exist in third world countries. Raythax says, agreed. I have my kid working at DQ. He needs to feel the hunger for success. Nice. Yeah, and I worked at a tropical smoothie back in the day, and yeah, people got busy. People got crazy when going over their food. It's like, okay, all right, interesting. But yeah, we're gonna DQ. Definitely gonna build some character. Definitely gonna build some work habits. Know the meaning. Know the value of a dollar. And yeah, if you have poopy jobs when you're younger, you definitely appreciate the better jobs when you're older. You appreciate where you came from. You know what you had to work for to get what you wanted. Roby1 Kenobi says, "Woo!" Evu Hong says, "Do you think resource trade will become E2 major business, or just the rarity of the tiles?" Yes, well, it won't become the major business, but it will become a major business. It will have a lot of the market cap. Again, that's going to be great for Earth too, because let's say they take a small 1% out of that, or what have you. You're getting a lot of resources. You're getting a lot of money being traded back and forth. Yeah, again, if you have 10,000 tiles and over, pretty good position. Again, let's say each resource goes for a penny, and that means 100 tiles would be $1, and 1,000 tiles would be $10, and 10,000 tiles would be $100 a day that you could sell in resources. Now, obviously, if you have 100,000 tiles, that's $1,000 a day, which at that point gets a little ridiculous. But I don't know. So maybe it's going to be less than a penny for one resource. I don't know. But either way, I'm very, very excited. And that's not including the warring world. That's not including gambling. That's not including, and again, gambling on the warring world or businesses that you have set up. There's so many ways to make money. The economy is going to be so heckin' huge. I guarantee you, in the next 5 years, it becomes more. That economy is going to be worth more than many other countries have in their GDP. Guaranteed. Amedo says, "I worked in my dad's grocery shop for 20 euros a day." How long ago was that, Amedo? My first job was at East Village Green Animal Hospital. And at the time, $7 an hour, you were making good money at $7 an hour. That was 2004. And then I was working at Pizza Boy at La Focaccia, working at Levittown Animal Hospital, and then I had a string of jobs where I was working everywhere. I was still working there. I was working at a Tropical Smoothie, at a grocery store as well, bowling alley, just everything, chimney sweeping, and then finally I joined the military. Had one job. Whew. Yeah, it was good times. Earth 2 Meadow is going on. Says, "Hey Randy, I heard a rumor that there will be some news today from E2, so fingers crossed we get something exciting." Yes, girl. Yes, Earth E2 Meta. 100%. I got Shane's notifications on Twitter. So as soon as he tweets, I'm in. Amino says, "Really gave me appreciation for the value of money." Yes, when I was 15. Yes. 7 hours. Oh God, you're making like €3 an hour. God bless you, Amido. Godspeed, brother. Legio Leon says, "Are the resources spawning at the places where they are in real life, or are they spawn?" I think random places. Again, each tile is going to get any one type of resource. So if you get it in the middle of, New York City, concrete, like, is that what you're going to get? You get like asbestos? I don't know. But yeah, it doesn't have to be an oil field or a mine or whatever. It's going to be whatever. Amido says, "It was good money, but damn, looking back, I got ripped off." Yeah. Jason says, "Talking about the Dubai fiasco. I agree we should all appreciate what we have, but I feel bad for new users who never even had a chance to buy Class 1 and were hopeful for Dubai. It's a laundry list of things Shane has done that have shown me he cares more about money than the user base. I hope I'm wrong and I'm in the HODL club, but things have disappointed me recently." Okay, so breaking that down a little bit. Yeah, that's just people being late to the game. Never going to be able to have those Class 1 tiles unless they buy them from other people. That same thing in Pokemon, in Magic the Gathering, in Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, they're not going to get first edition cards if they weren't there. Some people just join the hobby late. And are they available? No. They're not from the stores, not from the market, but they can be from other players. So that's one way to get them. Again, can't please everyone in that sense that, again, they tried it. This is the first time they released the country in that way, and they got a lot of pushback, a lot of blowback. So they did it accidentally another way. That other way got less pushback. So again, they do want to make the majority of people happy. Yeah, some people are just not going to get class one. Just there's so many people that and with so much money that want to buy as much as they can, and not everyone's going to get it. Jason continues to say that again. That laundry list thing Shane has done that have shown me he cares more about money. Honestly, I'm not. Honestly, everyone does everything for money mostly, just because that's you're working really hard. You deserve to get paid. But with Shane working, like literally making himself sick, working, taking time away from his family, he doesn't have to do that. I understand that this game could make Shane a billionaire. It'll probably make Shane a billionaire at some point, all of them. But he was already successful before this. He didn't need to do this. It's something he wanted to do. He thought people needed for the greater good. Taking time away from his family for this, this is for the people. Like he doesn't have to do this. Again, he's pretty comfortable by himself, without having to work on this. But I do think that is incorrect when you said he cares more about money than the users. Again, just the interviews I've seen with them, the updates, and just him working around with everything. I think he actually deserves a little more appreciation, a little more credit than we give him credit for. But I'm glad to see you're a hodler. I know some things disappoint a bunch of people. Like I said, you had people like Nameless and King Tech Ops from Guidebook Gaming put on their, because they're on the leaderboards, change their names to, they'll still have Nameless and Tech Ops, but put when is Phase 2. I think Earth 2 Mastery had that as well. I think even Earth 2 Meta had something along those lines, making a couple of videos and commenting on Shane's Twitter saying like, hey, yeah, this is great, but, criticizing, I'm saying like, giving constructive criticism, saying, hey, this is cool, but what about this, and this? You haven't addressed these things. And even like the credit card saying, I didn't want to buy into a futuristic game where I need to have another plastic card in my wallet. So actual constructive criticism things. But again, long-term hodlers. So people do agree in that, yeah, they're a little pissed off about other things too. Me, I'm just a little more free flow, like take it as it comes. And, when it gets released, it gets released. Because again, you have Bungie that is a AAA rated game studio that's worth, I don't know how many tens of millions of dollars. Their fans don't get updates every month either. They have to wait several months to get updates. So again, just kind of put things in perspective a little bit. Maxwell Cook says, I have a few hundred Class 1 tiles, but I got them in the marketplace. Eventually they won't be there. They won't be there at the price they are. Correct. Eventually Class 1 tiles are going to be pew. Because again, that's like the first edition Pokemon cards. Very, very rare. Earth 2 Meta says, I think silent releases are the way to go. I think so too. Jason says, I have 7,600 tiles and a lot of Class 1, so I feel stoked on my... Oh, wow. That's yeah, if you have a lot of the... Oh, I got more than 30 likes. I didn't even notice that. Thanks, guys. I'm so stoked on... Yeah, if you have a lot of Class 1, it's good. I don't even know how you... How do you know how many Class 1 tiles? Do you have to just go into each property? I'm not doing that. I have so many properties. Earth 2 Meta says, across different time zones, each time, can't get much fairer than that. Most active players have the best chance. Oh, that's a good idea, too. Well, I would be super salty if it was... let's say I get the notification that they're coming out with a new country, but it is already past my time zone. Yeah, I'd be super salty. I think you can get around that too with a VPN. Like you put a VPN on, and then I'm not in New York. I'm in California. I'm in Australia. I'm in New Zealand. So I don't know if the time thing would work, but yeah, silent releases agreed. E2 Meta. Christian Arellano says, when is Phase 2? This is getting so boring. Phase 2, like I said, they could announce it in a couple weeks. They could announce it, say it won't happen to the end of the year, early next year. We're not sure. I would speculate probably by Q3, by third quarter this year. Jason says, I just hope Shane is inspired by your imagination and taking notes for the future of this game. If I were Earth 2, if I was running that show, I would have a team of like 3 people that are consistently consuming content. Whether it's mine, whether it's Nameless and Tech Ops from Guidebook Gaming, Earth 2 Meta, the Bowl Combo, just Aria Realty, even British Guy Dorkslayer, Mitch Pym, the fake Earth 2 fake news guys. I would have them consume everything, take notes, and see like, okay, what's actual some legit criticisms? What are the best things that we should implement into the game, because the developers can only do so much. They are active on Twitter and they're active in Discord, and they do have a bunch of things that are good, but that's what I would do. I would have it as some ears to the ground saying, hey, these are the things that people are talking about. We should address these things. Raythax, another $10 super chat saying, if you want quality, you must be patient. Shane is creating something for everyone, not just a small group of people. Much respect for the man with a mission. Praise the man who is killing himself. Yeah, that, like talking about statues, should we have Shane on the cross? Like, because he's literally, like, his arm got infected, like, it's just literally taken years off his life for us. And that is something that cannot be understated. That's so undervalued, in my opinion. I mean, he's going to get paid for it. He's, like I said, I think this will make him a billionaire, if not multi-billionaire. Because again, this I think is a multi-trillion-dollar industry. This T as in Tango, and obviously Earth 2 being a very, very big part of that. I think majority market share is very easy for Earth 2 to take. Again, especially with these graphics, with these guys that have experience with this. Now, Facebook, I don't know if they have experience with maybe the small mini games, like you're playing hoops. You know, you're swiping, the basketball, try to get it in the hoop, or you have a Everwing. If anyone remembers that game, I think that was a Earth 2 thing as well, or not Earth 2, Facebook thing as well. But definitely, they don't have experience of making a game on this scale. It's very, very hard to do. And Junior Sanchez with the $5 super chat saying, "Thanks for putting the time and effort making these videos, bro." 100%. And this is part of why I retired. Part of why I retired is because when I thought Phase 2 was coming, like right there, I wanted to have the time to go through this. I wanted to have the time to say, okay, Phase 2, here it is. I'm not getting caught at work doing this, because again, I think this is a multi-trillion-dollar industry, and we're getting in on the ground floor of this game that's in Phase 1 still. I want to be able to, when this goes into Phase 2, go and play it and be one of those people, be those Vidiot gamer guys that say like, all right, spend 16, I'm sleeping and I'm maybe going for a run or lifting at the gym, and that's it. I'm doing this because the opportunity that we have here is, to quote Doctor Strange, it is hitherto undreamt of. And there's YouTubers out there that their Patreon is specific to, hey guys, I'm only going to give you a small piece of my mind out on normal videos, but for the Patreon type videos, you have to join my Patreon. You have to spend $5-10 a month, get exclusive content. I don't want to do that. I wanted everything to be here, because I want all of us to make money. And I do see a difference between different users' audiences and different users where they are, because I feel like I have a very good, mature audience with, that hodler mindset, with that are relatively patient and that do understand the sacrifice that Shane makes. And why I want to continue making these videos is because I love it. I love seeing the same people here every single day, and can't wait to hang out, not just in VR, but in real life. Again, can offer so many people wanted to fly me to Dubai, going to Scotland, going to Mexico, California. Basilio's right here in New York. I want that always. I want to continuously meet you guys and part of you guys. Yeah, in Earth 2, but in Earth 1 as well. I just had like a really random thought where a bunch of us meet in like Vegas or whatever, and we're all in a hotel room, but we're all just having our VR goggles on. We're playing Earth 2, and we're in Earth 2. This is the type of thing that when we make each other successful, when we're rooting for each other, got more than 35 likes, thanks guys. When we're going for the goal together, that's what makes it fun. When we're working together, for a common goal. When in the PvP area, let's say they release a monster and now we have a common enemy. It's fun that way. It's like when in Pokemon Go, Mewtwo raid, catch a Mewtwo, and there's like 100 of us catching Mewtwo, just being part of that. Again, I wasn't able to be a part of that with Pokemon Go because I was in Kuwait at the time when it released, and I had to see on YouTube all these people, hundreds, thousands of people at the beach catching Charizard and having fun, And I was like, oh, I missed that with Pokemon Go. And there's still a lot of active users, and it's still, you still have things every now and then, but I can't wait to have that with Earth 2. I can't wait for a monster to be released. We're all going to Tokyo, and then we just fight that monster. And again, like an Everwing, as long as you damage that monster at some point, you're going to get a little bit of the rewards. You split the spoils, as it were. And again, this camaraderie I haven't really felt since the military. Even when I was in the high risk lending business and that office, and we were all, it was like Wolf of Wall Street, where it's just like, yeah, we're not heck and selling. We're talking about stocks. We're talking about, penny stocks are going to high risk things. And I'm saying, but give this guy money, he'll make a butt ton of money. And again, this is the type of thing that I haven't felt since the military. This type of camaraderie. So, not to get too emotional on you guys. Expectama says, Aip. Maxwell Cook says, Shane's imagination is pretty deep if you look at everything he has said. Yeah, that too. And the riddles. I haven't gone deep on that. Maybe this weekend I'm going to go deep with that riddle. I'm talking Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds deep on that riddle. And again, Raythex, thanks for that quality super chat saying, if you want quality, you must be patient. Shane is creating something for everyone, not just a small group of people. Much respect for the man with the mission. Praise the man who is killing himself. Praise. Christian Arlano says, next year, WTF. It was due like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it was due several weeks ago. But again, they were going to have Essence and resources, which is still ready, but it was without the crypto. Again, after that delay, he had said that they had a 7-figure acquisition, they had a bunch of other things, and in conjunction with that, they had that the crypto that I believe is going to be on the Go chain. If it's not, it's on Chainlink, whatever. That is going to be. They have to rewrite. They had to do a complete overhaul. They're rewriting the website. They're rewriting the code because they have to attach it with this. So it takes a long time to do that. Wow, Raythex, another $10 super chat saying, I purchased the compound. Bin Laden was killed. Oh! So I'm just going to read that for people that are just listening. Raythex with a $10 super chat saying, I purchased the compound that Bin Laden was killed in. I am making an escape room there. That is the most genius heckin' idea I have ever heard. Oh my, all right, so I remember in 2012, this is right before I joined too, the military, where I remember Bin Laden was killed, and then I remember writing on Facebook, I think Obama just won re-election. Yeah, SEAL team, so there was, wow, I can't believe I didn't even think of that. Maybe I should buy Fallujah. And so no, maybe that'd be too real. Maybe too real for some people. Yeah, that's making an escape room where Bin Laden. That's so cool. Oh my God, can you have like a poster of like Bin Laden being like shot through the eye or something? That'd be great. But might have to have a parental advisory warning. Nobody under the age of like 16 going in there. It's too dark for them. Wow, that's incredible. Man, keep it up. Cristiano Armand says, or scamming us all. Dude, they're not scamming. Losing faith over that. Again, you could have. This is still new. It's it started in November, so December, January, February, March, April. It's literally half a year old. You guys got to give it time. It takes years for games to be created. A lot of time. So they're doing this very, very quickly, in my opinion. Again, not to some people that are just, oh, hey, here's a game, let's play it. Not looking into the fact that it took years for that game to be created. Again, Banjo-Tooie, for Rare, that took them like 5 years to make that sequel from Banjo-Kazooie. Pokemon game, the highest grossing media franchise of all time, they have newer games every year, but they're not of the main series. They have so many things that they're working on. It takes so many years, so much effort, time, and money to go into the coding, make sure everything works right. Yeah, you got to give them a little longer than 6 months. Wow, I have more likes than there are viewers. Maxwell Cook says, heavy is the head that wears the crown. Yeah, agreed, 100%. You have people that... I feel like you have people sometimes that hate the thing... They start to hate the thing that they love the most because of what the work is doing to them, because of what the fans are doing to them. The fans are they're so demanding. Like, I remember Shane, just rightfully so, just hanging out in the Discord chat one day, like, hey guys, how's everything going? and he had a couple of people, not a lot. Most of them was like, "Hey Shane, how's it going? Go to sleep, Shane. Have some rest." But there was a couple of people that was like, "Hey Shane, should you really be in here? Shouldn't you be working on on phase 2? Shouldn't you be working on this?" And she's like, "Okay, I can't come in here after busting my balls all week and just hang out with you guys." Like, and it's just like, man, a couple of people just so ungrateful. Now, again, some people have legitimate concerns, and yeah, and that's what the content creators are trying to address. But as far as that, yeah, heavy is the crown. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. And again, Junior Sanchez, thank you for that $5 super chat. Thanks for putting time and effort making these videos. Again, it's a lot of work. Is my voice constantly hurting? Yes. Is my throat hurting? Yes. But again, it's for me too. I like the people. I like the community we have here, and it's good to answer people's questions as well. It's good to quell some fighting, put rest to any doubt that some people have. I have a little bit of responsibility to do that. Xbox Time says, do you think E2 should go a little faster? I hope that they go to as slow as they need to make sure it's right. I would rather them go slower and make it right than go fast and mess up and they're like, oh, yeah, then people lose confidence. So that's my answer to that. We are at an hour and a half. So let us go and say, And I'm gonna love you till the heavens start to rain. And I'm gonna love you till the stars fall from the sky for you and I. All right, a little bit of the Doors there for my hour and a half thing. Maxwell Cook said the big names in E2 and in Veve would never put their names on the line for scams. Yeah, 100%. Even like Aria Realty and Nameless had similar backstories when saying like they wanted to find a scam because they hate scammers, they hate scam artists, they hate those things. So they wanted to find something that made like, oh, is Shane Isaac really real? Are these people? But then they both independently came to the idea like, oh, this is legit. Oh, this is one of the hugest opportunities ever. And same thing with me. And it would have probably behooved us to keep it a secret, to not make daily content. I was making like 3 videos a day at one point on this. And again, Guidebook Gaming, doing those streams every single day. Our Realty, having the more subscribers than anyone, has like 5,000-6,000 subscribers, and making videos still, even though Wally's in school. It would behoove us to not say anything and wait for them to do it themselves. But we all felt that we were all good people, felt that we had a responsibility. It's like, no, this needs to be shared. There's a big opportunity here, and I'm doing everyone a disservice by not talking about I still feel that way. So yeah. Roland Cass says there are games with literally the same / similar blueprints as E2, and they have been around since 2014, but aren't even at their final product yet. Trust the process, people. For a second, I read that as pineapple. Trust the process, people. Got it. Vittoria Jean Pascal says, we'll need giant statues of all the developers in Chavez Topia. It will generate traffic. I think that'd probably be a good idea. Shane, Nathaniel, Thomas, Wolfgang, Dylan CEO. The Dylan CEO special, again, they needed a name. Kind of like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It was good, but they needed a name attached to it. So they got Danny DeVito. Earth 2, again, was great, but they needed a name attached to it, like Dylan CEO. I think that's what made everyone go from skeptical to, okay, all in. Dylan CEO's attached. And that's why, again, don't sully your name with scams. Don't sully your name with anything that even could potentially be a scam, because you want your name to have influence over time. Eagle Hong says, when phase 2 happens and people start selling tiles, why would this happen, and how should long-term tile owners react? I think many people will start selling their tile after phase 2. That's possible that they do, but again, those are the same type of people that, let's say they bought Omi at 0.0035 and it goes down to 0.00167. They're freaking out. As soon as it gets back up to 0.0035, there's like, nope, too volatile for me, and they get out. So they don't lose money, they don't make money, they just get out. Maybe that's what some people are going to do in phase 2. They wash their hands of it. They're tired of the updates. Maybe they lose faith in developers. Whatever. They're not long-term hodlers, which is fine. We need people to sell for us to make money. So I want to be able to buy up as much good deals as I can. long-term title owners hodl, and then just I'd say buy more, add to your position. Again, if you have the money, if you have high risk tolerance, and all that. Maxwell Cook says, I'm hoping I finally catch an unknown this weekend in Pokemon Go. You get it. You get that, right, Maxwell Cook? I remember going for a Mr. Mime. And Mr. Mime in Europe, it was in Vienna, and I caught it. And it turned into a heckin' Ditto. So heckin' pissed. Rohan Cat says, yes, this channel feels like a big hype group chat. It feels like we're friends. We are friends. Rohan Cat, not just subscriber. Yeah, no, agreed. I see the same people in here every day, and I love it. I love them. And yeah, this is, and that's also why yes, would it benefit me if my channel grew to 10,000, 50,000, 100,000 subscribers? Yes. But also then we kind of lose we're going to lose the feel of, instead of if I have, 30, 40, 50 people in here, if suddenly I have 1,000 people in here and I can't keep up with the comments, like even the other day when I had like 50 people in here, I was a half hour behind on comments. I was like, oh my God, like this is only with a small amount of people. What happens when I have 10,000 subscribers and it's hard to keep up with comments. I don't know. So I'll keep you guys posted. But I really, I like it. I like it this way. Again, Raythax, that $10 super chat means the world. Says, I purchased the compound Bin Laden was killed. I make an escape room there. That is so genius. And that's the type of creativity that you're going to see all over the world. Raythax is probably one of several people that are going to have those types of insane genius ideas. Where it's like, this is so cool. Why didn't anyone think of it? I feel like a lot of people at one point in their life have $1 million ideas. They let it go, or society's been told like, no, like you're stupid, it's never going to happen, and they just get doubted. Like what happened in, not Guardians of the Galaxy, in Chronicles of Narnia with Prince Caspian. They're talking about this bear, and like why isn't he talking? Why can't he talk? And the dwarf says to the girl, like, you're treated as a dumb animal long enough. That's what you become. So I feel like a lot of society beats people down, and they say like, your ideas are stupid or never going to work, and then people just don't try, and these people rob themselves of literally tens or hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars because of that idea. So every idea, again, I have millions of ideas, and I know that some of them are probably really stupid. Most of them are probably really stupid, but I've had several ideas that have worked in a very good way. So I know other people have at least one idea that is really good. Super God YouTube channel made by Super, please subscribe, says hello. How's it going? Legacy of Bermuda says hello. Hello Rambo Randy. How's it going, Legacy of Bermuda? How's everyone doing today? Just F says, what are your thoughts on Squid versus Veve? Squid or Quid? Either way, Quid is kind of, when they first made those virtual collectible things, they were just stickers. They weren't interactive. You couldn't do anything with them. That site has been dead for I don't know how many years. Has recently just been bought, and they're going to do a revamp. And in a few years, that might take the number 2 spot, number 5 spot, number 10 spot. It'll probably take in the top 10. And I hope it does. I wish everyone success in this, because just brings more people to the collectible hobby. But it won't seriously compete with Veve. Same way no other space company is going to seriously compete with SpaceX. It's just not there. Veve is number 1. Just says, what are your, Maxwell Cook says, I have an extra Mr. Mime. If you ever want one, we can trade. Yeah, let's totally trade. When Maxwell Cook, where do you reside at? Where do you live? We'll go next time in your area. We'll go trade. Amado says, I'm building the Godzilla versus King Kong arena and all Titan battle arena. Everyone can buy tickets. Watch entire city getting destroyed. I can't wait for that. That's something I would love too. It's like a monster truck show, but with just monsters, no trucks, which is fine. 100% on board with that. You guys, been an hour and a half. I am dying. My throat is killing me. I'm going to go. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you guys. Thank you so much for the super chats. Those mean the world to me. And what are we going to do? We're going to end it with another shout out to my Patreon members. Why do fools fall in love? Why do birds sing so gay? There's a little Why Do Fools Fall in Love. Maxwell Coast says Louisiana, but I can trade long distance nowadays. Very interesting. Take care, Junior Sanchez. Goodbye, RH. Have a good one. Everyone, bye-bye. I love you guys. Goodbye. Thank you guys again for the super chats. Those mean the world. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow. See you tonight, 10:15 Eastern Standard Time, after Guidebook Gaming. Meow, 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 meow.